I now invite Honorable Meshoe to the podium. Order, order.
Speaker, Minister Hadebe reiterated again this afternoon that President Jacob Zuma and his cabinet were not involved in the landing of flight JAI 9900 at the military base. This contradicts claims by the Gupta family spokesperson, who was adamant that permission to land the private jet at the Waterkloof Air Base Force was given by the South African National Defence Force beforehand. If cabinet ministers were not involved in authorizing the landing of the Gupta jet at the military airport, then we want to know who authorized the deployment of 194 government personnel and 88 government vehicles that offered convoy protection from the military base. Why would such personnel and vehicles be authorized to offer protection to people who were not authorized to land at the Waterkloof Air Force Base in the first place? We further wish to know why arrangements for immigration and customs officials to be present at the airport were not made. No one knows what may have been brought into the country as a result of such negligence. Because of these contradictions, the ACDP has further questions that need to be answered. We want to know why blame for this embarrassing saga of lax insecurity is placed mainly on two officials, Chief of State Protocol, Ambassador Kolwane, and the officer in charge of movement control at the Waterkloof Base, Lieutenant Colonel Anderson, who we are told does not have executive authority for landing clearances or flight plans. She could not have given permission. We want to know further why Ambassador Kolwane is accused of granting permission illegally when the Gupta family spokesperson is adamant that permission to land the aircraft was granted by the SANDF. Are the Guptas lying, or is the report full of blatant lies? If indeed the Gupta family approached the airport's company, South Africa, as we have been told, to request landing rights and which were refused, then approached the Minister of Defense and Military Veterans and her advisors for permission, again which was refused, and again resorted to the use of the diplomatic channels, we want to know why the Gupta family then is not investigated or charged for bringing government departments into disrepute. Was the favor of using the military airport done for them free of charge, or were there any payments made for such favors? We want to know. We further want to know whether we are expected to believe that it was Ambassador Kolwane who gave flight JAI 9900 the right to land, knowing that the Minister of Defense has allegedly refused to give permission. Or didn't he know? And if he didn't know, why did the Minister of Defense and Military Veterans not communicate her refusal to grant permission for landing rights to this aircraft in question? Why would Ambassador Kolwane risk his career and future by overruling the minister's decision? Could he have done it without some form of compensation? There are too many contradictions and improbabilities in this scandal that makes it impossible for the ACDP to believe. The ACDP, therefore, calls for the independent commission of inquiry to get to the bottom of what really happened and to confirm whether the accused and suspended officials indeed acted on their own, and that without the knowledge or approval of any cabinet minister.
Your time has expired.
Thank you.